Hello, my name is Dale Rogers. I'm a metal sculptor from Haverhill, Massachusetts. I've been metal sculpting now for about 14 years, and it's been something that I've been passionate about my whole life. I grew up in Haverhill, grew up on a small farm, and that is where I learned to weld. I chose metal sculpting because I needed to make a living. I was able to weld, and I also was very good at art when I was in high school. We started off with a lot of small products, wine racks, clocks. As that developed, I started to say, what am I passionate about? What do I feel strongly about? And so when I took a step back, what bubbled to the surface was sculpture. We work out of a small studio. That small space, I think, is important in the education component. The reason is it's really a cottage industry, and I think that is dying out in America, and I believe that we're going to see a resurgence of this cottage industry. What we do here is a fabricated style of welding. We take flat sheets of metal called Cor-Ten steel, and we'll cut a silhouette or a basic design, shaping the metal to the flat silhouette that you see, and then we weld all the corners along that. The American dog sculpture is one of the pieces that I'm most well known for. There's a large 16-foot Cor-Ten American dog sculpture on 495 South, and that has really become an icon for New England. One of the things that people don't realize is how prolific my career has been. I have residential sculpture in all 48 of the lower United States. I have public sculpture in about 25 of the lower states. My work has evolved from not just individual pieces, but it's moved into whole groupings of pieces and exhibition work. And now we're moving into the education component and the teaching side of it. When we bring different students in for field trips to the studio, we always try to get them to do a little bit of welding. And I don't know if it's when we have kids in, if it's the confidence that they have in the fact that we've been doing it. It's like an adult saying, oh, this is all good. But they seem to pick it up really quick and enjoy it. It's amazing to see after a few minutes these guys welding two pieces of metal together and having a good time doing it. One of the trends that we are seeing right now is that more and more campuses are trying to place public art or large-scale art on their campus. We've placed large monumental size sculptures at about 6 or 7 different high schools. The latest one we did was just a large owl sculpture for Timberlane High School up in New Hampshire. In my studio right now, I have 3 different guys that I work with, and one was a graduate from Timberlane. So having that go full circle was a big deal for us. This is really one of our monument-sized pieces. That was designed 100% by one of the students at Lawrence High School. And she designed a piece that really was a fun piece to fabricate. That process took place over about 6 months. We interviewed the kids and found out which kids really wanted to take an active role in designing it. I showed them and laid out the process that we use, and then let them pick the design that they thought we could fabricate here. It was nice for us to get outside the box, and the piece overall looked fantastic. I have some work on Southern New Hampshire University's campus. That's a school that I graduated from. When they approached me to do some sculpture for that campus, it was really a nice moment for me because they hadn't realized that I was an alumni. To give back to the university that I graduated from was a lot of fun. We also created a smaller scale exhibition for the University of New Hampshire. They gave us an idea of the space that they wanted us to fill, and they gave us a budget to work with, and then we came in and said, well, what are the strengths for New England? And one of the strengths that we have are the seasons. That was 4 sculptures. Each sculpture was a tree, so the metalwork on all 4 sculptures was identical. And then we incorporated glass And so the glass represented all 4 seasons. We had green leaves, we had the fall foliage, we had spring flowers, and then we had some blue and whites for the winter months. The educational component of bringing art to campuses, when people see that, they start to understand that it's not just the art that's getting pushed forward, it's the creating process or the creative process. I think that in the future, schooling is going to focus and push very hard on the creative avenues of teaching and how to get people more creative. To take something that solely exists in your mind and to bring it to life is an amazing thing.